Well, hi everybody. I hope you can hear me. I probably should have brought me some water in here. I've been kind of gravelly the last couple of days. Um, well, how y'all feeling? Are you nursing a hangover? Did you celebrate last night? Seeing all those beautiful mug shots? Or do you kind of feel like me? When I was in school, they used to teach us about communism, and they would say their favorite deal was 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. But that's kind of what I feel about these indictments and stuff. They'll say something that sounds great, they're going to get going, and then they come up with 500,000 reasons why they can't and why they. That's why it drives you crazy if you try to listen to these stupid pundits, because I don't think most of them, half of them, even know what they're talking about anyway. I mean, not that I would know what I was talking about, but I do feel like Trump, his coffers were just almost totally empty. Probably, send him a little bit of money to filter through to pay off whoever it is he owes. Keep him off his back with these new mug shots. But, anyway, I think they're investigating that now. It'd be nice if they can follow the money and find out, get them in a different way. But I'm not going to talk about anybody that's already been indicted or any of that stuff tonight. I imagine if everybody's been listening to news like I have, you're sick of it. And by the way, my name's Lynn, and I'm sorry I've been gone so long. I've been a little under the weather. I'm feeling pretty good again now. And if anybody wants a reading, I'm caught up totally. I have no readings on the books right now, so and I haven't looked at my email in about 2 or 3 days because I was just taking a break. But up till then, I had caught up on anybody new that wanted a reading. Most of my readings I've been doing is people I've read for before over the last few years. So, because they always get a hold of me through a text message, or either. Sometimes they call me, but they usually text message me, and then I get back to them and set up an appointment. But if you email me for an appointment, make sure you put your phone number in there. Makes it much easier for me to text you back and with the information you need. I don't like to do. I'm just not good at emails. But if you email me for an appointment, I will find it on there and get a hold of you. So, and I do appointments at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So what I was going to read on today, the people that I was wondering if they were going to get indicted or something, I mean, a lot of them was of course, in all these indictments. But I've got a little list here I want to read on here and see what's coming down the boulevard for them. Turnpike. I hope it's a turnpike. Anyway, I want to thank you all that's still watching this channel and still following it, for hanging in there. And a lot of people text me and got a hold of me during the hurricanes, and we didn't even have as hard a rain right here in Poway as we did last winter. We had about 40 minutes of very hard rain, and that was it. And otherwise, it just kind of drizzled for 24 hours, but it was still nice to have the water. I wish it'd do that once a week, but my hedges are dying out back because they've turned the sprinklers off here at the apartments. They're trying to save money, and they're starting to look really ratty. And when I moved in, this place looked so beautiful from the outside. It was so beautifully landscaped, and it's not anymore. It's not bad, it's just they've taken all the pretty roses and plants out and put in, I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're called deer plants. They are the ugliest bushes I've ever seen in my life. They're supposed to take very little water, and it would look better if they just threw some rocks down and didn't put anything in them. They're horrible, and they're itchy. If they don't keep them cut back and you walk through them, if I don't have lawn pants on, I come home and have to wash the pollen off my legs. I don't know, something about it makes me itch. Anyway, but the people that I want to know that they're going to get indicted or something's going to happen, I'm going to read on some of them tonight. And the first one's, I don't know who I'd like to see get indicted and go back to jail most, and that's Steve Bannon or Mike Flynn. But I'm going to start with Steve Bannon and just ask, I don't know how to do this. We know he's not going to get indicted tomorrow. They got more on their books than they know. Before the end of the year, because that's quite a while. This is just August. Let's ask if these guys are going to get indicted in this year. Are they going to get indicted in the next few months? And this is Steve Bannon, the first one. I want to see also Steve Bannon, Mike Flynn, Stephen Miller, even Mike Pompeo. These are some people that need to be shut up. And you never hear anything about Mike Pompeo. I know you notice he's being really, really quiet. And, at one time, 6 or 8 months ago, he said he was going to get on that Republican ticket. But you don't hear about him or from him. So I think that he's just laying low and hoping that they overlook him. But I'm not going to, I've got him down here. I could read on him. But I'm going to start out. Let's start out with Steve Bannon. So Steve Bannon, are you in trouble? And if he's in trouble, he probably knows it. I'm going to push this back just a little bit. It probably puts it too close to my mouth, but I'm going to get it out of my way here. So what's going on with Steve Bannon? Come on, Rennie, and all my helpers come in and help me tonight. Show me anything that's helpful and hopeful. Actually, anything you want me to see. And so it is. Angels of light and mercy surround me. Okay. I even hate to read on these guys without calling in good angels. They're something else. So, Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon. I'm going to mark you off of here right now. Just highlight you. Got to keep track of everything. Sorry about that. Anyway, here we go. Steve Bannon. One more flush. Well, that's where Steve Bannon belongs, in the toilet. Talk about an oxymoron or Freudian slip. I was going to say one more shuffle, and I said one more flush. Anyway, probably need to flush them all after I get through reading on these characters tonight. Let's see. Well, this is his signifier, so he's not in a good place. Look at this. This usually when this comes out in the signifier, it could even be his personal health, and heart is really bad. I hate to say that because I know mine's not the greatest, but anyway, yeah, this could be not only worry, sickness, family troubles, but heart troubles. No, this is worry. Yeah, he's scared to death. He's going to jail. Look at this. This is the federal people. Definitely checking him out and coming down on him. Oh, gee. They want him to be the star witness. That doesn't mean he's going to. But they want him to be a star witness for something they found out that they're investigating. Look at this. Something that would help get America out of the toilet. Maybe put him in the toilet. Because Another reason, even people, not just people like me, but people up in the government want to get him out of there because he's causing so much problems for the United States. And he is putting out all this propaganda and all this shit. Look at all he's trying to start a civil war. So he's. I don't think he's only going to be arrested. I think that they're just gathering information on him like crazy, but they need to get him out of the media so he can't influence anymore. I don't know why they don't do that to Trump too, but who knows? In the sky, I think Steve Bannon is already visualizing himself being in jail, even though he doesn't want to. This is in the sky, over the top of the readings, him being in jail. He's rolling this through his head, wondering if maybe he could, if push comes to shove, that he could make a deal some way to help him out. Like I said, he's already been in jail once, and he's supposed to be going back for some stuff, but this is more serious than even the stealing all that money for that wall building scheme. This is the law coming after him. I would say this is an arrest. This is in the 7th house. He's just like a lot of these other lawyers that just got arrested. It's like he's already trying to figure out how he can put the brakes on this or stop it or slow it down or maybe offer and maybe make a deal where if he gives them some information, that he doesn't have to go to jail. I don't think that's going to happen. If they get him there, I think they're going to keep him this time. But a lot of people say that he's been a double agent for a long time, but that shouldn't make any difference. He needs to be taken off the face of America right now. In a safe way. I'm not talking about anything bad. But he did have the 3 of Swords in the signifying house. He might have a heart attack. But I hate to say that. Like I say, that's kind of scary for me. We got the Ace of Swords coming after him in his hopes and fears. He's terrified that justice is coming after him, and yes, they are. That's a yes card. And when they get him this time, he's not going to get out of jail. Let's go back and look at these cards. Couldn't wish for better cards for him. And this is the clarifier over the jail card. Yeah, they're not going to let him out. They're going to turn the key and throw it away. So this is Steve Bannon. The signifier is heart trouble, and whether he's showing it or not, this is really cutting into his health. Of course, he drinks all the time. That cuts into his health. But this is Steve Bannon, signifier. This is the feds. They know everything that they need to know to put him under the jail if they have to. And in the foundation, we have America winning. So that means, yes, they are going after him. So maybe he'll be in with the next bunch of indictments they throw out there. Hopefully before the end of the year. We were asking if this was coming before the end of the year. They know that the longer he's out in the public, he's just causing hate and discontent and tearing our nation apart. He knows that when they arrest him again for anything else, that he'll likely go to jail and stay there. That's what he's worried about. He's already thinking about different deals he's made before and deals he could make again. But this is like Jack Smith. I don't know if he's going to be the one to arrest him or somebody else, but somebody coming in that's got him. This is in the 7th house. This is them like arresting him. This is him. Just like Trump trying to delay any court stuff. But it doesn't work because justice is right on him. And this is him going to jail and staying in jail, and this is his life ending in, as far as I can see, in jail. I don't think he'll ever get out of jail. So that's what the cards are saying about Steve Bannon. And I almost hate to read cards that bad on somebody because I almost feel responsible. I know that's stupid, but but it's interesting, and I couldn't think of a nicer person to get cards like this. Couldn't think of these cards going to anybody that deserved them anymore. So let me stick them back in here in different places, all the way through them. And then we'll shuffle, and we're going to read on Michael Flynn. He's another one. God, I'd like to see that man put away. And I think I've been reading on him a whole lot, but all these other people I was going to read on and had written down, they've all been arrested, and half of them's already had mugshots. So there's not much sense in reading on them, although I will do Trump at the end of the reading tonight. So Michael Flynn, is he going to go to jail this year or early next year or before too long? Spirit, come on in and help me. Bring in that energy. Excuse me. Wow. I need to be careful saying to bring in some people's energy. I don't throw up on the table. I burped. Sometimes I hiccup, but I very seldom ever burp. When I hiccup, I don't get the hiccups and keep hiccuping up. Sometimes I just hiccup one loud hiccup. I'll be walking around cleaning the house or making the bed or sitting on my butt or something, and all of a sudden just one big loud hiccup. And I always think, am I getting the hiccups? And then I don't do another one. I usually been doing it so many years I don't pay any attention to it. I just dawned on me a couple of days ago. I was paying attention, and I thought, how come when I hiccup, I just hiccup once really loud? It almost doesn't sound real, and then it's over, which is good. Nobody wants the hiccups. So here we go with Michael Flynn. Let me do one more. Not even talking. Come on. Bring that energy in here. For Michael Flynn. This is justice coming after Michael Flynn. So, surprise, surprise. But we got the King of Wands. Somebody up in the government checking him out. This could be even something to do with the military. You know, everybody keeps wondering why they don't pull him back in there and court-martial him or something. And they've let him get away with this stuff so far. They've let people get away with so much stuff, it's ridiculous. They really shouldn't even have seated any of those 111, I think it was 111 people from the House and Senate or wherever they were voting that day that the votes were disrupted. The congressmen that voted to still not seat Joe Biden, every one of those shouldn't have been eligible to even be on the ballot the next time it came up, if you want to read the law correctly. But anyway, they don't, and they don't enforce nothing. They hadn't been enforcing anything for so many years that they were walking right over the top of it, so it's a good time. I hope they just keep going. I hope they don't just do a few of these guys and then blow it up. I hope they just keep going till they clean it all out. But anyway, this is Michael Flynn. This is somebody, I think this is might even be military, because this guy's the leader of the tribe, and since he was military, I'm thinking somebody in the military, high up, Pentagon, whatever. They know that he's, been getting money from foreign entities and stuff for years. Obama even knew that, I guess, from what I understand, and I think he warned Trump about it. But here's the deal on that. So here's him taking money from foreign countries. Wow. His foundation is, I think he might be surprised when they come to arrest him, although he was in jail once and Trump pardoned him, or he was getting ready. He had been convicted and was getting ready to be sentenced. And was that when Trump pardoned him? But anyway, so he's been in jail once, but he's back in jail. This is the foundation of the reading. So he might go before, Michael Flynn might go before Steve Bannon. There's somebody close to Michael Flynn that's talking. I don't know if he's talking about maybe some of the stuff that happened on January 6th and Mike Flynn maybe and his brother being in on it. I didn't put his brother down here tonight. But there's this is like a spy in the camp. And revealing secrets about Mike Flynn. Bringing stuff into the light that they didn't even know. And this is Mike Flynn in the near future. It's a nice card for him. And this is stuff in the 7th house. He's thinking he's got a lot of time to think what he wants to say, when he wants to say it, how he's going to do this, and how he's going to get out of this. But this is just like he's not going to just be hit with one count. He's going to be hit with 7 accounts right away when he's hit. Because this is the sword of justice and truth coming after him. This is the energy around it. I guess I'm not the only one that feels like that about him and thinks that he needs to be taken down a size. Or at least taken out of the military and gotten rid of his pension. This is him going back to jail. Or maybe he never got to jail last time. I think he was convicted, but he hadn't been sentenced yet, and Trump pardoned him. And this is justice coming forward fastly. I'm going to draw one more clarifier over this. Secrets coming out. Okay, yeah, he's involved in more, not only the money laundering and the pushing the insurrection. This is more secrets. He's been sharing. Maybe he was helping Trump trade some of these top secret information off, because Trump didn't just have those for his ego. Didn't carry them all over the place for nothing. You didn't even think he had to hide them. Half the time he was carrying them all over. You know he was selling them. I don't have a doubt in my mind that he was selling them, but this is more secrets revealed about Michael Flynn. So he's not going nowhere but to jail from the looks of these cards. And I bury all these cards in the deck. But it starts out as the government has got the goods on him. They know. The people that bring the cases know. And they know that he was taking money from foreign countries. This is the jail card and the foundation. This is the spy, somebody telling them a lot. They know a lot more than he thinks they know. He's had somebody spying on him for a long time. This is a lot of secrets. And that could be what they know. This could be the military secrets. Didn't think of that when I turned it over, but now that we're going back through these, this is him maybe selling secrets, selling to other countries. This is in his near future. He's going to wake up one morning, and then as fast as could be, here comes all the indictments. It's like they're going to come grab him and not just take his equipment. They're going to grab him and take him to jail, because justice is right on his ass. And this is him going to jail. This is him going to jail. His trial coming quick. And this is showing what a traitor he's been all his life. And nothing's going to help him out of it. I got the Page of Cups here, like on some level. It won't do him no good to try to make a deal. His dealing days are over. So that's what's going on with him. And that sounds like it couldn't happen to a nicer guy either for those cards. These cards never cease to amaze me. And the next person I wanted to read about, let's go down to Stephen Miller. I think he was already on one of those unindicted or something. I don't know, but maybe not. I don't think I heard anything about him. I don't know. But let's see what Stephen Miller's right in the middle of this crap, this insurrection and stuff. Still pushing it like crazy. That the election was stolen and stuff. So let's do Stephen Miller. This is fun. I don't know why I don't do it more often. I don't know what I've been doing. I was going to do one last week no matter what, and then I was up pretty tight. Actually, getting ready for that hurricane, I froze a couple of gallons of water in my little freezer in case the electricity went out, and bought fresh water, a couple of gallons, because in case I couldn't use the water out of the tap because one time since I've been here in Poway, it rained so hard it backed up in our water system, and we had to buy bottled water for about 10 days because you couldn't even drink the city water. It got poisoned some way. So, and then I, laid all my patio furniture down and braced up couple of my planters that are kind of top heavy that I knew would blow over if we had a bad wind. But we didn't hardly have any wind. I know they did in some places in San Diego, but not where I'm at. And I'm just like about 8 miles straight west of La Jolla here. I don't even know if I'm that far as the crow flies, probably. So anyway, so here, let's do this for, I know I call it stress eating, but I think I put on 5 pounds in this last week, and I've got to turn that around. The battery was going dead in my scales again. Got a different scale than I had in years. I just bought it last year, and it works good, but it goes through batteries like crazy. The other scales I had, I didn't even know there was a place to change the battery for the first 10 or 15 years I had them. That's how good they used to be. Okay. Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller. Oh man, I've had butterfingers all day today. Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller. I wonder if he's still got that beautiful little scarecrow of a wife of his. Wow. I'd like to see this for the signifier. So he's worrying about this personally. Look at this. He's losing sleep. He's setting up nights. He feels like they're getting close. He feels like he's feeling like they're actually closing in on him. He can feel it. It's just now dawning on him with Trump's 4th arrest that this could be him. It's just now really hitting him. He's having a bad time even tonight. And this is the influence and obstacle. This is a lot of times a good card to have the sunshine for the influence and obstacle, but this could be, he's really worried. I feel like this is bringing stuff into the light. Stuff that he thought would just go under the radar that he'd never, ever get in trouble for. Now that they're getting all these other people, he's worried it's going to bring his his deeds or whatever into his lifestyle or his whatever's going on into the light. And then we got the Ace of Cups and the Foundation. A lot of times that's my guides letting me know that that's yes. I was wondering what that card meant. But the Ace of Cups, I can't believe it, but maybe somebody's going to cut him a deal or something. Sometimes this is a mercy card. Help from heaven. Maybe if they do arrest him or something, they're going to give him a big break because of something he's got on somebody or something. There's something going on there. Some kind of sentence forgiveness. Maybe not, I don't mean all the way, but something going on there. The past influence on the present, the fourth house, is money. Money. But it's all money. If they start just really following the money, all their asses is going to be in jail, and half the people in Congress. Let's hope so, half the House at least. But we got this maybe that money, maybe they're going to come in and show the money didn't fall out of the sky, that they were screwing people out of it or moving it around or something. He might be more in charge of something to do with moving money around because of that big money card there. We got female strength in the sky. Right now in the sky. I think they're more worried about women power than anything. Maybe some of these female judges or something. Judges and prosecutors and stuff. And Tish James and all of them. This Fonnie Willis and that Chuckin. I think they're worried that maybe truth and justice is coming, real truth and justice is coming after them. And here comes the law, here comes the judge, here comes the law, here comes the sheriff. And this is in his near future. So we might hear something about Stephen Miller getting arrested or something even before the rest of them. Because he's got a lot of secrets. Even his wife knows about him or some woman close to him. He knows a lot of secrets. And so far he's kept a lid on it. But that might make him more valuable to arrest even in the long run. And he's having a lot of trouble trying to figure out how to, when he does get seen in public or interviewed or something, he's even having trouble staying calm and not look like he's scared even. He's really worried about going to jail. This is in his hopes and fears. We got the jail card. Making those license plates. And so we got this in the 10th house. I think this is him singing like a baby. This is Justice for America. What would be putting Stephen Miller in jail or something to have to do? Of course, I don't see the jail card here yet. See, he's worried about it. But that's him singing like, yeah. Here we go. Yep, that's definitely, it's the town crier. Singing like a baby. He knows a lot of stuff. Wow. He knows a lot of stuff about money between Russia and you would think that would be Michael Flynn's deal in the United States, but he knows about money coming in from foreign countries and deals made with them. And he's laying awake tonight worrying about if he might end up in confinement. It doesn't say that he will from looking at these cards. These are the first ones that don't say, yep, his ass is going to jail. But he's got, I think he's definitely going to get indicted. Look at this. We got him worrying about it because he knows that he could be right included in the middle of this. And he could really shine the light on what's going on. This is tracing the money, following the money. This is all. Isn't he in charge of one of Trump's PACs, I think, or something? So this could be following the money in that PAC. This is feminine strength coming after him. He's worried because he's afraid the real law is going to come after him. It looks like they're actually arresting people. This is like Jack Smith or some officials coming to arrest him, or maybe just indict him. I don't know. Do something pretty quick here. And he's wondering whether he should take the lid off what he does know and maybe get a better deal his way out of this. This is him kind of maybe sitting in jail, so he may not get to deal his way out of it. I missed that card when I just glanced down at him. And this is all the light he could shine on what's going on. And this is him just talking like yelling at the top of his lungs and telling everything he knows. And this is about money and maybe trading secrets to Russia. And this is kind of like a nervous breakdown. So he's, even though he smiles and put a little weight on and comes across like he's got everything in control, I don't think he does. I think he does at all, not from those cards. So let's read on Jared. Everybody wants to know about Jared. How's he floating around through all this? They keep going after poor Hunter for shining his own shoes, probably even. Who knows? But Jared can take $2 billion from the Saudis after having half of them arrested after he spent the weekend with his buddy over there running around in skirts. Who knows? Don't care if anybody runs around in skirts, but he was over there as a diplomat. Anyway, it must have been some kind of wild party or some kind of huge payoff. I guess it was if he ended up with $2 billion. But that might not even have been from that giveaway. It might have been from some other deal, maybe selling paperwork. So Jared, are you going to the Hooskow? What's going on with you? I want to thank everybody for watching this, especially if you're still watching it. And let you know how much I appreciate it. And don't forget to do a thumbs up, even if you don't like it. I'm just but do a thumbs up and make sure. I had some people say that they got unsubscribed, that somebody unsubscribed them. So check and make sure you're still subscribed. And that was something that I had two different people tell me to be sure and remind everybody that they had gotten unsubscribed when they didn't do it. So anyway, don't forget the thumbs up, like I said. I appreciate it. And let's go Jared. What's up with Jared? I don't know if he has his own plane. He probably does, but he's glad his father-in-law's got one. This is somebody thinking about doing a runner. That's in his first house. That's the signifier. This is the law on him. This is the obstacle and influence around him, is the law. He knows he's in trouble already. He knows every move he's doing is being watched. By the government, so it could be for selling secrets, because this is the government. This could even be the Pentagon or something. I think it's too late for him to baffle us with bullshit or brilliance or whatever. Whatever. It's too late for the brilliance and the bullshit. So that's the energy around that, and that's upside down. That's why I said it's too late. No matter what he says, it's not going to get him out of this. Here's justice in the sky. Top of the reading, we got the Ace of Swords. Here's him trying to make a deal in the near future. I figured he'd already tried to make a few deals, but this is something to do with something else he's in trouble for, trying to make a deal. It isn't going to work. This is his 7th house, and this is also, I don't know how him and Ivana's getting along, or Ivanka, or as Johnny calls her, Ivanka. I love it when he says that. Anyway, this is in the 7th house. Broken heart, broken heart. That could be just because he's so self-centered. He's going to jail. Ooh. This is the big government after him. This isn't no something tiny. This is like the DOJ. And makes a lot of people happy. Whatever happens to him, it's going to just fulfill a lot of people's hopes. So what are you hoping for, people? Let's see what you're hoping for. Oh. So we know what's going to happen if he gets justice. Yeah, there's people that knows everything. They've been watching everything he does since the minute he watched. Anyway, the minute Biden got in there and they walked out of the White House, they've had a spy in his camp, so they know everything he's done. See, look at this, Biden administration. Somebody from way up high in it in the AG's office or something. And this is him making license plates. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Jared end up in jail. He's thinking about leaving the country. Maybe he kind of likes Saudi Arabia. Who knows, huh? And then here's the Hierophant, big government after him. This is almost like military big government, so that could have been government secrets. Here we got this, and that ain't going to work. It's upside down. No account of bullshit or spin's going to help this. This is justice right on top of him. This is him trying to make a deal, but I don't think it worked because this is the 7th house. And that's him with a broken heart. And this is the government coming after him. This is the people celebrating. This is justice right on top of him because they've been watching him ever since he walked out of that situation. Our government has, and here's him in jail. So all these cards are kind of reading the same, and I'm putting them back in different places of the deck and shuffling the heck out of them. So that's Jared, and so it only leaves. I was thinking of reading on Mike Pompeo, but I don't think I want to read on Mike Pompeo. Let's read on Trump, and then I even had Putin down here, but I was going to only draw 4 cards on Putin and just see what's going on with him. I like to think of him very much. Think if anybody. Or let's do Putin first. This one's on Putin. Hear me, guys? This one's on Putin. I'm only going to do, I don't think I'm going to do a whole one. I think I'm just going to pull about 4 cards and to see where's Putin at right now. I don't mean where is he at, but where is he at in his mind and what's going on with him and what's he thinking about. Might be more than 4 cards, but we're going to start with 4. I'm going to go ahead and do a long one. These are going pretty fast tonight. Must have been the right time of the night. It's 10:30 here. Just going to do this early. Okay, we got Putin. Well, I'm going to put this back here and shuffle them again because I drew a card that I had in the other one. It was still upside down, so I must not have been thinking when I put it in there or something. Let me shuffle these things again. It's telling me to shuffle more. Putin. What's going on with Putin? What's going on with Putin? Okay. I could have swore I just turned that thing over and it's back upside down again. So this is like, if it's going to keep coming out upside down, this is being on drugs. This is like, I don't know if he's so sick they're giving him drugs or something, but this is like his brain being kind of scrambled. So that's what's coming out of there. Like I said, I drew this card when I was starting four shuffles ago, and I thought it was the wrong card. And I also drew it upside down, and I swear I turned it back over and put it in there, and here it came out upside down again. So we'll see. Okay, Putin's broke. He's down to his coffers are lower than they've ever been. He never thought they'd ever get that low again. He's bankrupted the whole country. Of course, he's got his own private money still stashed places, but they're broke. And he knows that he stepped in his own doo-doo here. Here, this is the foundation. He knows that he's not only an asshole, but the whole world knows it now. And they also know that he's a loser and an unsuccessful asshole, and that's what he has in common with Trump. He can't stand the ideal of that getting out there. And one thing about Putin is he knows, he doesn't fool himself totally. He's got the same problems Trump does, but he's not an idiot. He knows that everybody else knows that he's a devil. The energy around this devil is the war he started, and it's going to bring in all of Russia down. And wow, this is in the sky. We got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is karmic. Yeah, it's coming back to bite him in the ass. You can only do stuff so long, no matter who you are. And these his actions are coming back to bite him in the ass. His world, as he knows it, is just almost totally over. I think this is the Ukraine. Winning the war right away. This is in the near future. It's going to go faster than they thought it was. Putin's actually worried about maybe even being put in jail in his own country. This is in his 7th house. He's worried about being confined even in his own country. But like I said, I don't think he's up next to the delusion card upside down. I'm not sure. It's like he's drugged. But he's worrying about going to jail big time. The energy around that is he must feel like he almost deserves to be there. He really thinks that they're coming after him. Not sure who, but he thinks he can't trust nobody around him. He worries. His hopes and fears is about the United States. He still has that lifetime grudge against the United States, like everything's their fault that's ever happened to Russia. And I got the 10 of Cups for his future. Is he going to die? The way I feel about death, that would be the only reason for me that he'd have a 10 of cups in the outcome and answer. He's not going to smooth things over with the United States. And this is the Republican Party. He's not going to be able to smooth anything over with them because believe me, they're not winning nothing in the next election. So that couldn't be what's going on there. I'm going to have to draw a clarifier. I'm going to cut the cards to draw this clarifier. But the Queen of Cups, some hidden secrets that somebody in America knows about. Does Trump know any secrets about him, I wonder? This is the bully walking away. I think he's just trying to get out of there. I think he'd like to retire and maybe appoint somebody else to take over or something like that. He's to the point. Maybe he had that plane shot down because he can blame everything bad that's happened on that Wagner group or something. I don't really know, but he's trying to walk away from all the turmoil and all the crap and all the death. And it's right next to the devil here, all the stuff he started and deaths he's responsible for. He's wondering if he can just walk away some way. We're going to do another. No. He's not going to be able to walk away. So let's go back through these. Starts out the delusion of the heavy kind. So he's either drugged because he's sick or drugged because he's sucking on drugs. I don't know what's going on, but his head's all messed up. This is his money's lower than he thought it would ever be in 10 lifetimes. He can't believe all the money that he's gone through with this war and stuff. Personally, it was just out of greed, avarice, and wanting to control everything. It was the devil side of him that's been totally in control of him for a long time. And the energy around that is him starting this war, wanting to take Ukraine down. This is the wheel of fortune. His life as he knows it is over. This is like Ukraine coming in and actually not even wanting to stop at his border. I mean, they don't want to have to put Ukraine back together and Russia too, but they're going to be pushing so hard and have so much control, it's going to be hard for them to quit. This is Putin worrying about being confined, actually being in jail and losing sleep over it. This is the West coming in. I don't know if this is in his hopes and fears. I don't know if he just fears the West or fears what some places he's not even supposed to be in their countries or something. I don't know why this came in the outcome. This is like people celebrating. That could be people all over the world celebrating because he's going to lose the war. I usually, when I'm doing my political cards, I always think of the 10 of Cups as Republican political, but it's not always necessarily. This could just be people celebrating because the war's over. This is some woman or something comes in to help him negotiate the end to it. And then he's ready to walk out of there. But whether he gets to or not, we'll never know because there's some kind of judgment coming down on him. I don't know if they're going to put him in jail, assassinate him, or what. But there's some kind of heavy judgment coming down on him. Yeah, he's toast. He's not going to get out of this one. Should have brought him. My nose has been running all day. I haven't hardly left the house. I don't think I could have caught COVID. I hadn't been out of the house in a week. So what's wrong with me? I stay home too much and I pick up bad habits, sitting on my ass, watching too much TV and whatever. I've been watching that Soul Level or whatever. I love that. And there a lot of people come on there with NDEs, and I just love listening to their different stories. I always have been interested in that for years. In fact, one time I got to see Elizabeth Kubler-Ross lecture on near-death experiences about, good Lord, I was in my 20s. I must have been a kid that many years ago when they first really, when she wrote her first book about it. So what we're going to read about now is that other devil, that picture. Hope I put those cards in all about in different places, because I'd be willing to bet you he almost gets the same cards as the same cards I've been pulling out of here for Putin and the rest of them. So this is on the chimpanzee. I can't call him that because chimpanzees are cute. So this is on the whatever. I don't know what to even call him anymore. 45, the disgraced ex-president. So what's going on with him? Let's see if we can get inside his head. I wasn't going to go this long, and it's almost been an hour. What is going on with Trump? We're through. This is the last one. What is going on with Trump? What's going on in his head? I'd be willing to bet you, unless they knocked him out with something, he's not sleeping good tonight, or he's on the East Coast and it's 11 o'clock here, he's probably already up. He's kind of like a drunk. I'm not saying he is a drunk, but I knew a lot of them that went to bed at sundown and got up at 3 in the morning. That was just how they lived. And they're probably not having any weddings at Mar-a-Lago tonight. Oh! You know when Trump got arrested, not this time, but last time, for the insurrection and stuff, he signed Mar-a-Lago over to Donald Trump Jr. I mean, he would have to be terrified to trust that idiot with anything. Some LOCs and stuff that Trump Jr. set up, I mean, it probably went off in a dozen different directions. And what was it they paid for it? It wasn't that much. I should have wrote that down. But I mean, just money changed hands inside the family or whatever. There probably wasn't any money that transferred. He just wanted to make sure. He thinks he's going to protect Mar-a-Lago where they can't take it away from him, even if he loses some of these other deals with Tish James and stuff. Do you think it's going to work? I'm not asking that right now. Let's wait till later. We'll read on that sometime. We're just going to read on Trump and see what he's feeling about tonight. So what's going on? So he's broke too. I mean, he's just been laundering money for years, and I know it's what I felt like when I had the bar. I didn't have any money to launder, but everything that came in one door went out the other just to pay the bills with. And that's the way golf courses are. They don't even make enough money to pay for the water bill. So I don't know what's going on there. He's been laundering money for all these years. So we got justice is coming. Look at that. Fell out. Justice is coming. I stuck that back in there and shuffled twice, and it's right. Cut it. And it's right on the top. So this is the signifier. He knows that he's screwed. He knows that he's screwed. Wow, does he know that he's screwed? That's the signifier. And it's finally dawning on him. Look at this. This is the influence around what he's feeling tonight. It's actually finally dawning on him that he could lose everything and end up in jail. Don't care how brave he's acting or that devil picture from yesterday. And the main thing that he's worried about constantly is how he can slow this down, because he feels like this is a chariot just speeding, speeding, speeding up. And the more he tries to slow it down, the faster it's going. Thought he could put this stuff off. Now he's even wondering if he can put it off. He's worried about, but he's more worried if they had time to follow the money. And he knows he's got that string out there so far. It would take 5 or 6 years to get through all the money finagling around. That's if they had great auditors. He's still hoping that he's got somebody that's going to fight hard enough to get him out of this. But you can't get out of something if there's no way out. That's how I feel. He still thinks with hardworking lawyers that if they did their job right, that he could get out of this. But I think this is a pipe dream. This is making a deal. Maybe he's even thought if push comes to shove and it comes right down to him going to jail. I don't know what he's got to make a deal with, but he thinks he's got something to make some kind of deal with. Wow. I don't think he's ever been this scared or this down in his whole life. We got this right next to the Three of Swords. We got this depression and terrifying addiction card in the 7th house, which is his house. He's blaming the Democrats. Anything that happens to him, it's just the Democratic Party. It's nothing he did. Even in his own mind, he's just blaming it all on politics. And some of it is politics, but it's not. What he's done isn't politics. He's a scoundrel and a thief for YouTube only. For entertainment only, I think is what you're supposed to say. For fun and entertainment only. He's wondering about money. Even as much money as he's getting sent to him and everything, he's wondering if he's got enough left to do what he needs to do to help him get out of this. And the outcome is a woman, has a lot to do with his faith. And I don't think this is one of the judges or one of the prosecutors. I think this is some woman that knows some secrets on him. It could be Melania. You know, I have a friend that swears that she's a Russian plant. He thinks both of his other wife is a Russian plant too. They've been grooming him for his whole life, which they could have been. That's the way they work. But some woman's got a lot of goods on him. I'm going to cut these cards instead of taking one off the top. Well, I had to peek at the one on top. We got the thief card. Some woman knows a lot about him, a lot about more than he. Wow. Enough to put him under the jail. And put him in jail. Okay. That's with 2 cuts. We got the devil and then we got the jail card. So, yeah, justice is right on top of him and he knows it. And he's definitely not sleeping. It's finally dawning on him. And it's coming quick, or either he's thinking about I know when push comes to shove, he's thinking about maybe leaving the country. You know, he even put that out there in a tweet, and you know how he is. He got to tell everything that he's planning. This is giving money to the wrong places. This is laundering money. And this is a lot of work to stay out of trouble from laundering all this money. And this is somebody wanting more money that he owes money. And this is him almost losing it mentally because he's so depressed. Just doesn't have the admiration that he likes to have every day from everybody, enough people around him. He blames everything on politics and the Democrats. he thinks there's a spy in the camp, and there probably is a spy in his camp. There's some woman that knows way, way too much about him, and he's worried about her. Something to do with him, some stuff he stole, maybe some more of this top secret work, because here's the devil for the outcome, which isn't good. This is him chained up. He's always been chained to the devil, and then this is him being in some kind of prison, some kind of lockup. So it couldn't happen to a better person. Couldn't happen to a better person. I shouldn't say that. I think that's why I hate to read political cards sometimes ahead of time. I mean, I enjoy doing it, but I hate saying bad things about people, and all the cards are bad, and half the people I'm reading about is people that I'm really not rooting for, and I feel kind of slimy wishing bad things. So I keep telling myself, you can't wish these bad things on other people because you've done things in your life too, but nothing to try to hurt people like they have. So I guess I should back off it and quit beating myself up. Get out off that wall, girl. You don't belong up there on that cross. Anyway, I love you guys, and if you're still watching, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and be healthy and be happy, and don't watch too much, especially corporate news, and namaste. Night now.